Hello everyone, Laurel here, and welcome to day 18 of the hashtag 2023 DD Advent. Can we all believe it's the 18th already? I don't know where the month just went, but this seems to happen every year when I'm trying to get things to slow down. Things seem to just keep going faster. So today we are on day 18, and this is where we're at on the Advent calendar, created by Catherine, will also be on today with a make, so make sure to go over and watch her as well. But look at all of them we went through already, and oh my gosh, so let me just tell you, I've been watching every day, of course, and so many amazing projects, so many amazing ideas. It gets really hard for me because my brain gets so confused trying to keep inspiration inside and other things other people have done and then add it into things that I'm doing. So again, today I did not get to create a prototype. This one is just something kind of that went along in my brain. So we're going to kind of see how it goes, the project. So again, we are on day 18. That means there are only 6 days till Christmas. I'm looking forward to this day because that's when my vacation starts, and I need a vacation right now. So just remember, all of you that are sharing or making or playing along, to put hashtag 2023 DD Advent so that we can all go and watch. I have been watching some other ladies creating along as well, and we are on day 18. So let's get started. So my project kind of evolves as I'm playing, and that's usually what happens, and my mind changes about a million times. So I'm just going to kind of show you the papers and stuff that I'm using, where I got them from. I do have some dimensions for you today. I will probably fast forward through parts that are pretty mundane, like inking and gluing and things like that, but I do want to make sure you understand how to put this together. It's complicated, but not complicated. I think I make things more complicated than they really are, but that's just the way my brain goes. And I'm going to apologize for the background noise. It is obviously a super busy day outside with shopping and stuff, and there are cars just going nonstop up and down the street. So, but I have to keep my window open. So I am using some of the papers from her Christmas kit she did this year, the festive, what is it called? It's and you know, and I had it in my head and now it's gone, but it's her Christmas one that she made for this year. Cut a bunch of stuff down already and tried to be prepared for the most part of what I'm going to do. I also have a ton of trees and some flowers and some chipboard pieces, and then I have more flowers and stuff in here, and then a bunch of snowmen and snow globes and stuff up there for the rest of it that I'm going to be doing. So yeah, so let's get started. So my tag is kind of based off of this from last year, though it's not going to look anything, well, it's going to look a little bit like this, from this one that Tracy did last year, where you take it and you just pull, and then I put a little pocket inside of mine, but it had like it just kind of had this little cool bend thing. So that's what I'm doing this year. I'm using that kind of idea for my tag for this year. So as you can see, the size has changed dramatically. As does all my stuff. So we're just going to go ahead and get started here. I'm going to give you some measurements and basics, and there is going to be like a back and then the top that will wrap around. So this mat is great for holding everything still, but the minute you try and get stuff off of it, it doesn't like to come off. So like I said, I like to make things more complicated than they are, and I wanted this a certain thickness for the layers that are going to be in it, because it is going to be a shaker in a sense. So I just kept adding more when I'm sure I could have found one piece of material that was that thick and done it that way. So again, don't follow everything I do, because sometimes as I'm creating, my mind is just working and I tend to make things more complicated than they are. You could probably take one thick piece of board, or just 2 pieces of a really thick board, and glue them together and have the same thing I have with all 5 of these. So don't make it more difficult on yourself than it is. And I tend to make things more difficult for myself. And it usually doesn't come till after the fact that my brain starts, you know, thinking about that. So it's going to be like this. And this is the base piece. And again, I'm using recycled packaging. This is vanilla wafers. They're like little cookies. So that's what I'm using. I have tons of this stuff saved for years and years. I have a problem not saving cardboard. I'm going to need a house just for my cardboard stuff pretty soon. But yeah, I always pick up a box and I go, ooh, I could make something really cool with that. Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's going to end up being like this. So we're going to end up gluing all of these together. But I do need to get the backing down and everything. And then I will give you the size of this. This is, I know I measured this, and it's all the same size. So it is 7.5 long by 3 3/4 wide. So that's what size I did my back tag, kind of. I didn't cut the tag shapes in this. It would have, I probably could have, but I didn't. It just ended up, I'm not sure how it started out this size that I just left it like this. The front isn't quite this big, but this piece is, and it'll work out for what I'm doing. So all of these are all the same size. So it's 7.5 long by 3 3/4 wide. That's for everything. And then for the cutout, all you have to do is measure 1/4 of an inch all the way around, and then cut the inside out. And there's your little window. So this is actually the piece that's going on top, my top window. This will get cut out, but I didn't want to cut it out yet because I wanted to be able to show you guys how I'm going to do this one. And then my piece of acetate will go here behind this one. Okay, I'm back. I don't know why I made that so complicated. I think my first sheets I had on paper, so I wanted some cardboard behind them. And it was also my, like, prototype, so I knew what I was doing. It had about 1 million folds to that as well. So this one, like I said, is going to go, this is going to go like this. And we're just going to pretend this is cut. And then, so this will go like this. And then this is the 2 that I told you don't cut, you just fold in half. So you fold in half. That middle is going to be your first part. And then you're going to do some folds, and I'm going to show you where those are at. So then it's just going to go on over it like this, and then that's going to cover the side and give me the gusset space that I need for those. And then it goes like this, and it'll pull out like this. Okay, and that'll be your doors, is like this. So then the other side's going to go the same way. So what I did to make it easier on myself, and you can't really see it because it's really faint, but I measured completely halfway to the middle of this piece of paper. And I tried to make all these pieces of paper pretty standard size for everybody. But to the middle is 2 7/8 to the middle of this. So I marked that on the top and the bottom. And then, so I knew where I needed to fold this first piece right here, like this. So this piece, so I knew where I needed to fold this piece. So I just kind of lined it up to that, and then lined it up to the side here. So I went like this and lined this up to the line. And then I made a mark right here and right here. So that's where that's going to fold. So this is where I'm going to need to put a mark with my scoreboard. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I always use my scoreboard backwards these days. I find it's a lot easier. And it stops my paper from sliding all the time and moving, and then you get a crooked line. So I just use it upside down now. It's just a little bit easier. I'd rather come towards a stopping edge. So that's that one. So then this one's going to fold in like this. And you can cut all this excess off if you want. I'm not going to, because I'm just going to put some paper in behind there to fill it, and maybe a little pocket or something on the side that that's going to fold out. So then that's the fold, your first fold. And then this one needs to fold the opposite way because this is going behind your project. So I also did the same thing. I measured where that was at, and then I measured for my gusset as well. And I don't have exact measurements because this is probably 2 7/8, but everybody's papers might be a different size. This is just kind of a guide on how to do this. And like I said, there's probably a simpler way. I like to do things a bit complicated. So I just always kind of go right after the line. And then I'm going to do the same for the gusset. Maybe a little bit before. Let's see if that's going to be big enough. That should be plenty big enough. Oh, see, I just went out of the lines because I'm using the wrong side. So then I'm going to just take this and fold it back. Right? That one's going back around there. No, wait. Now I'm getting myself all confused. This. Oh my gosh, I've just lost my brain for some reason. This way. Oh yeah, that's right. Down. And then around. Yes. See, making things more complicated than they are already. And then just fold the other one. And then I'll just mark it with my bone folder. Just to make my creases nice and sharp. And like I said, I backed this paper yesterday. I could have just done that on cardstock. But I like the paper that I use, which I wanted to talk to you guys too about. Because I know we all struggle with paper and finding good paper at a reasonable price. And I will show you what I use now. So then it's going to look like that. So, and then these will be hidden by whatever paper we put on the backing. I didn't pick a backing paper yet. So then this will just pull out like this. And then you can put a little pocket in here, do some designs in here. I didn't think far enough ahead for all that. I've got the front covered and the inside covered, but I didn't think about when I open it. And on this side, I'm just putting some backing paper, one of her backing papers, and I think this is from one of her kits from last year as well. And I know it's looking yellow on here, but it's not. It's a very pretty light green, so it will actually go perfectly with this tag. So that's how I'm going to cover the back. Now I'm not going to do these right now because this will be the last thing I do is to wrap this right now. I want to work on the back and the inside of this tag. So let's get going on that. So we're just going to take this off. I'm going to put an L and an R on here so I know which goes where. We're going to move these to the side and we're going to work on the rest of the tag. So let's get my bone folder out of the way. Alright, so this we're going to take the back. I'm going to cover the back with this beautiful piece of paper. So this is going to go like this, over this like that. And I think I'll probably have a little bit I need to cut off. I will. That's going to go like that. But I also wanted to add a little bit to it and kind of make it muted. I mean, I love this scene. This is beautiful. But I wanted to add some music to it and a tree. So then this, I think I'm going to just sew. So I think we're going to do that. We're going to use some double-sided tape because I don't want the sewing to interfere with the pieces that I'm going to put down. And you know, it always leaves those little bumps and everything like that. And I'll probably speed up through this part as well, but I want to show you how I like to do it. I don't think there's a funny spot, so I'm just going to take my little corners and cut my little corners like this. I'm trying not to stick my head right in the video. I just want to make sure I don't go too far. Okay. Did get my hair done though, so you won't see any gray hair right now. It's nice and purple. Oh. Alright. This one. And then I could probably just cut one and then go around with the scissors. I need to get it started though. So we're going to go like this. So what I do, instead of cutting the whole inside out, because I hate the white edge on things and I like a little more stability, I like to fold it over. So I'm going to use my board here because I do want to score these, because they'll be a lot easier to fold if I can score it, if I can see them. Let's see, where's my tool? Let's see if I can find a line here. There's that line. It'll just be a lot easier to fold. Oh, wrong line, Laurel. It'll be a lot easier to fold over. Is that where I want it? No, I need that line. So I need this line. In a minute, I'm going to end up using my ruler because it's hard to figure out where these lines are. But I'm not doing too bad here. And this is just because it just makes it easier to fold the paper once you get it in there. And it just gives it a little more stability. Rather than just that cut edge and then trying to ink that cut edge, I like to fold it over. And so we're going to just cut this now with scissors. It's just a lot easier to do it this way. And it doesn't have to be exact. It just has to be enough to fold over. That's it. So we're going to cut this out to our corners. I try not to go deeper than the depth of the corner, if that makes any sense. Ours is 1/4 inch away from the edge, so we don't want it too much bigger than that. And then I just take these and I fold them over like that. So then, see, you get this nice edge, and you don't have to worry about inking and stuff. So I'm just going to take these and fold them over very carefully. Yeah, this is her background papers. You can find it on her website. If you don't remember your number, you can just sign up again. But I actually went back in my email and found mine. It's already open on my computer, so anytime I go to my computer, I can go right to it. But if I'm on another device, I cannot. So I literally went back, and this is how bad I am. I don't get rid of emails most of the time. And I actually ended up finding it, so I wrote it down this time. So I have it in a little book with all my passwords and stuff, because it's important to know it. All right. And see how nice that is? It just makes, it gives it just a nice clean edge. And then you don't have to ink or anything. It also gives it some stability. So I like that. So we're going to glue that down. Now done. So that looks much better. So this goes on here. But the acetate has to go in first. Like this. Oh, what's on there? So that's got to go in first like that. So I think once again we're going to use some double-sided tape just because it's it just holds the acetate better. Okay, got all the fun pieces put together, all the tape on. Here's the tape on this one. I'm not going to put this one down yet because I'm kind of wondering if I have a leaf or something that needs to go in here. I want to be able to stick this on top of it. I know I'm making things sound complicated again, but it's not. All right, so let's move that. And I have my acetate onto my cover piece, which will then go on top of there. So let's get, before we run out of time here, you know, that's just how it is in my world. We're already, oh, not too bad, 36 minutes. So now we're going to start putting all of the pieces down. And I had an original plan. I was going to do all those little girls singing, but everybody's been using the little girls singing. So I decided I wanted to do snowmen, because I have this thing, I don't know what it is, but I have this thing for snowmen. Pause for a minute. I'm going to get all my trees and my snow globes and all that stuff inked, and then I'll be right back, because this is kind of boring. You don't need to watch me ink. Anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I've inked up everything, and I also went through and did all my blingy on everything, because who doesn't like bling and sparkle at Christmas time? So I just put some stickles on all of my trees and did up all my snowmen with some rock candy and then some stickles. And so yes, so everything's ready to go. So now I just need to get the order that I need to put it all in, and I have that picture of that on my phone. I also put the background on. Did we do this before when I was on? I think I did. I also went ahead and put the paper on, and it's so weird the color that this is showing up. Put the paper on the back of these, so that's drying. I made my extra frame for this one and have this ready to go on the front. Also, I have my snowman for the front ready to go. So everything's ready to go. Now we just need to start putting it together. See you in a minute. Okay, so I've got everything laid out and put in and glued down and the frame on, and I will kind of bring it up close and show you guys. But I have tucked in little presents kind of everywhere throughout that I sat and fussy cut out of one of the little tags. It was a smaller one, but it was filled with presents, and I actually sat and fussy cut out all the presents so that I could just tuck them all in. I'm kind of loving this as just a shadow box with different layers and things in here. So I might just leave it like that. I think I might throw just a few of these green ones down in here just for looks, and a few of the white ones in here. And I think that's all I'm going to do, because I really don't want to take away. I really like the picture the way it looks. So I'm going to see how this looks when I put this on. And I can actually zoom you guys in just a little bit. Let's see if we can zoom this in a bit. There we go. I'll just move over. So let's see how this looks with just that in there. I just want to make sure it's just at the bottom where you can kind of see it. I mean, if you want to shake it, you could. But yeah, I kind of like it just like that. Like I said, I kind of like it as just the shadow box. So let's move this down here. What is that right there? Hold on, there's a piece of something loose there. I don't know what it is, but we need to get it out. Oh, piece of paper that I cut off. So yeah, I'll just leave that down at the bottom like that. I kind of like it just at the bottom. Like I said, I kind of like it as just the shadow box. So we're going to go ahead and put the front on. I don't know if it's because you're preparing to watch somebody every day that you don't realize how fast the time goes, or what it is, but I need to be very careful with this because or else it's not gonna fit right. So we're gonna get this on here, and there's a piece of fuzz right there. I knew it too. I tried to move that piece of fuzz. Let's get that out of there. There we go. All right, and there we go. So I kind of like it as a shadow box like that. I love the blue snow globe. They're all really pretty, and then just the snowmen, and then just the presents. So yeah, that's pretty. All right, so let's get this other part done so we can get the front decorated and get this done. I know it seems like it's taking forever, but this is what happens sometimes. So this one, I gotta think here, what's going on? This goes this way. Let's get it right. So that one goes that way, like that. Let's get it on because that's going to have to glue onto the back. And then this one goes this way, like this. Okay. So it's going to go like that. Oh, let me zoom out a little bit now so you can see. There we go. So I'm just going to straighten these out, just so they're straight, and then I'm going to flip it over, and we're going to put some glue on here. And I am going to use my Fabri-Tac for this, because I know it'll stick. You just want to make sure not to get it on the front piece. So you want to make sure we get plenty of glue on here, on the side, because that doesn't need to open all the way up, but we don't want it to go onto the front one. All right. So then, oh, why is this? Oh yeah, I didn't glue this all the way because I didn't think I needed this whole piece covered, so, which is fine. I can cut that off because this is all going to be covered up anyway. All right, so we're going to push down on this. I'm going to put a clip here, just for now. And then we're going to do this side. Same thing, we're going to open it up. We're going to get it in between the grooves of that gusset right there. And then we'll get this glued on. And we'll probably put a clip on this side too, just for a second. And then we can decorate the front. And then I'll have to find a piece of paper for the back, just to cover it all up. All right. All right, let's flip this back over. Take this clip off. So I'm going to pause a second. I'm going to get this all glued on because this is just all boring stuff. I'm going to get this all glued on, get my piece of paper and my little number on here, and then get the rest of the decorations for the front page. And I kind of like that with that peeking out. So now I'm wondering if I should just do this level right here. Maybe we'll just do it just like that so that you can see this peeking out, though. This is like kind of cool up there, but I may just do it just like this right there. And then we'll get it decorated up because I don't think I had anything at the bottom. So I'm going to go and do that, and I'll be right back, and we'll get this finished up, hopefully really quick. Hold on. Okay, so I went ahead and finished everything up real quick, and just easier than come on, go off, come on, go off. So I just finished it all up. So this is what it looks like finished. I did change things up a little bit. I did not put the star up here because this side's so heavy it wants to keep opening anyway. So I do have some bigger twine. I got these 4 rolls like this size. Look at the size of these, you guys, from Amazon, and it was a great price. So love this color. So yeah, I'll be using a lot of that in my Christmas stuff. So this is the finished thing, and again, like I said, I must be partial to snowman because this one's all about a snowman again. But I like the way I changed up the front. I was going to have this a window and cut the back out so you could see through to this picture. But again, I didn't want to make it too complicated. So it's pretty simple if you just use the tags, and even if you just use a flat sheet of paper. And like I said, don't get complicated like me. Just get a thicker piece of board, cut out your hole, and it's pretty simple. A lot of the prep work is just the fussy cutting and getting all of your things ready. So this is what it looks like, and this will eventually wrap around here, but this is still drying, so I just kind of wrapped it around lightly. And then I have my Frosty, and it is dimensional on the front, and it says Frosty the Snowman, and I did put stickles and stuff on him as well. And of course my day 18 is right there, some flowers, and then it just pulls open like this. Now you can put little pockets in here, and there are little pockets right here if you want to tuck something away, but it opens like that to that beautiful shadow box. That's what I call it, right? Is that what it's called? I think it's a shadow box. But I just, of course, it turned out nothing like I thought it was going to from the original picture I took. I think it's because I just kept adding more and more layers. So it looks like it's kind of going up a hill to that little bitty snow globe up there. And then, you know, the shaker stuff is in there. But it's just more just for looks right now. But I do like the first snowman, and then it kind of just builds its way up to the little tiny one up there. So I'll just bring it in a little bit so you guys can see all the little presents and stuff that are in there. I love this one with the blue. And there you go. And then this is the folds. So again, you can put, you know, whatever you want here. And I need to keep this closed for a while because those sides need to dry. But then it just closes like this. You wrap this around. Now I had the thing here, but see how it's still popping up? I don't like that, so that's why I did the wrap around instead. And I think that's because I use such thick paper. And then that will wrap around the number 18 right there and keep that closed. And if I want, I can punch a hole in here or hang a hook from the back and make this so, you know, it can hang, or it's like a normal tag. I just thought it was something a little bit different than the one from last year, and it's a lot different from last year, but I absolutely love it. So I hope you guys like this. I hope it wasn't too complicated. I'm trying to remember to make sense of things and get measurements and try and explain why I come to what I come to sometimes. So I hope it wasn't too complicated. Like I said, just kind of make it your own. Do your own thing, how, you know, what you want, and that's all that matters. This is just how my brain, what it turned into, and I absolutely love it. So don't forget to hashtag 2023 DD Advent. This is day 18. Make sure you watch the rest of everybody else. Don't forget Catherine from Created by Catherine is also on today. So I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season, a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and looking forward to what we're going to be doing next. So this is my last project. Thank you so much, Tracy, for doing this again this year and for inviting me to join along. You know, I absolutely love your digitals, you know that, but I love playing along. So have a great holiday, everyone. Thank you all for your support. I'll be coming back to talk about that a little bit in another video, but have a great holiday. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to get out there and create something. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.